In target sports, there's a body of evidence that helps us recognise that vision is very, very important, and in particular what's known as central vision. And this is the area of our vision that's most focused and most acute and gives the brain the best possible information for target success. So we've been working with technology that allows us to pick up central vision in golf putting and to enable golf coaches and golf athletes to understand how they're using their vision in golf. So we have two bits of equipment within the eye tracker. We have a scene camera, which allows us to look through the eyes of the athlete and see exactly what they're seeing out in front of them. And then secondly, there's a bit of high-tech technology that picks up the central area in the back of the eye and allows us to be able to impose a little dot or a cursor onto the scene that the athlete is looking at. You then have a clear understanding of where their central vision is focused at any given time.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to look at the different techniques that different players use for putting. And although there isn't just a one-size-fits-all, there's some key parameters that players should probably go through to give them the best chance of success. How they focus on the ball, how they track the ball from hitting it to the hole, and how they gather information and use that to make themselves more consistent putters.
Using the eye tracking equipment and some of the theories behind the eye tracking equipment has actually helped us learn how to putt. And that sounds a bit silly, but using your eyes to read lines, using your eyes for distance control and perception, it's certainly a different way of doing things, but it was vital to our improvement.
Being involved in golf for long enough, I mean, you always end up going back to the basics, and some of the simple stuff can actually be some of the most important stuff. But nobody had ever actually been able to give us this kind of information, and it was a sort of breath of fresh air to be told something simple could actually improve you. It was pretty straightforward to begin with. Once we put the glasses on, we got a real sort of insight to what the eyes were actually doing. And initially I wasn't actually looking at the ball, I was looking just maybe about an inch above the ball, and then my eyes were flickering very quickly between sort of not the ball and the club face. And then when I tracked the ball down to the hole, I wasn't actually looking at the hole. So, you know, it was simple information that I thought I was looking at the ball and the hole, and it turns out that I wasn't looking at either. Straight away it was very easy to see how we could improve and what we could actually do, and the benefits would come from it.
The goal for the use of the eye tracking and quiet eye techniques was to see a measurable improvement in Craig's putting statistics, and because we do extensively use those statistics, it was really easy to see that there was a positive impact on it. And because we had those statistics to hand, we were also able to use the techniques in training to provide a measurable transfer of that skill to the game environment, which the statistics back up has happened.
Putting for me is probably the most important part of the game. First of all, you probably hit around 50% of your golf shots on the putting green, so if you can improve 50% of your game, you're drastically going to improve your scores. And secondly, you know, when you're winning tournaments, normally you're going to end the tournament with a putt. If you can feel confident that coming down the stretch you can hold the putts you really need to finish out a tournament, then it gives you a huge amount of confidence going into any tournament that, you know, if you put yourself in the right position, that you can come away with a victory.
Well, we've seen some action so far, and it has been quite extraordinary. Craig Lee birdied the first, well, everyone does that, but he birdied the second, a 408-metre par 4.
Third hole, a very tricky par 3, 178 metres down the hill, pin on the front.
Fifth is not so easy. In goes another one.
6 may be a shortish hole, the shortest par 4 on the course, but it's very tricky, tight line, but another putt. There's another one, a 2 on the 8th, 7 under through 8 holes. Terrific start.
Well, the aim of the process is that we have a way of supporting our coaches and our players to better understand that one skill within the game, and it's only one of many skills that the golfer needs to have. But if we can improve a small percentage of putts from a couple of distances for all of our players, it's going to make them much more competitive.